Mr. Steve is not the only fellow who can spin a yarn or two about the fishery. It is a well-known fact that it was indeed this industry that Trapassi thrived off for many years. People came from far and wide to work in the fishery products plant. Everyone that you talk to in this town can relive the days of prosperity, when there were lots of people, plenty of money to go around, and a job waiting for anyone who was looking.
Came here, looked at it. We were asked by Fishery Products if we would come here, and if I would come here and start off the dragging operation. They had a plant here, and the plant was half its time idle. In the summer here, when the shore fishing was good, they had good fish, but then during the winter months, it was probably 2 days a week, and only an overflow from other plants. Well, they approached me and asked me that I think I would like to come over here. We got one boat, and then we built up by changing so many men and breaking them in. We got 2. And then they asked me how we getting on, and I said, well, I think we could get 3. So then this then enticed the people on the southern shore that we could operate boats out of Trapassi. And it looked like that we could earn money because I earned good money.
And make money and earn a good living, they did.
Just to wake up in the morning to the quiet of the cove and hear Aunt Bessie talking to herself, and to hear poor Uncle John mumbling wishes to O'Neill. It made me feel like everything was fine. I was born down by the water, it's here I'm gonna stay. I've searched for all the reasons why I should go away, but I haven't got the thirst for all those modern day toys, so I'll just take my chances with those saltwater joys. Following a little brook as it trickles to the shore in the autumn when the trees are flaming red, kicking leaves that fall around me, watching sunsets paint the hills. It's all I'll ever need to feel at home. This island that we cling to has been handed down with pride by folks who fought to live here, taking hardships all in stride. So I'll compliment her beauty, hold on to my goodbyes, and I'll stay and take my chances with those saltwater joys. How can I leave those mornings with the sunrise on the...
I worked on the plant on one thing. I was over and I had 3 different jobs over. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't see anything wrong with the crowd about number 1. Just to go over and work among the bunch over there, just as happy among us as be among the bunch that I used around home Ireland, because they're all just the same. There's no strangers, whatever. There's only company, joke, man, they're getting on just the same people for all their life. Well, that's what I thought. Mr. Bennett, what made you...
Yes, it could be the 60s or 50 years later. It seems as though everybody has a story to tell about the days of the Fishery Products plant.
Well, in the beginning of the plant, well, the first thing was the wharf, and the boat come in and brought in all the sticks and wharf pieces that was needed, and apparently they had to be brought ashore by boat from the ship that brought them in, and I was one of the fellows that did it. I think Jimmy Kennedy was the other in a boat, 2 boats. And after Well, then they started to build a wharf, and that was the beginning of it, and started with the side draggers in the beginning, and they generally come here in the winter. Start probably February, March month, like, you know, and they come then till the shore fishery would start.
Okay.
And they'd send them some other place, then some other plant for the shore fishery with skiers, and they'd feed the plants there, and because there was so much fish at that time in shore fishery, they had more than they could handle in the summertime, you know.
Yeah.
I left the first day of March in 1965, and the first new stern dragger was tied up to the wharf then.
Go on.
And from there on, she really started to go, you know, winter and summer, and employed a lot of people, and they had another 5 vessels to their fleet for capacity alone, you know, and they worked summer and winter. They really didn't depend on inshore fishery after that.
Okay.
And I went to ops manager after a few years. I got promoted up to ops manager.
Okay.
So I finished off, been watchman over and the latter part of it.
Yeah.
And everybody else was gone. So it was 30 years there from started off in April 1962 and we finished that year in December or January 92.
Yeah. So
I'm a product inspection officer.
oh, okay.
Associated with plants.
Oh, okay. So what kind of work did you do?
Inspecting fish. Make
Oh,
sure that
okay.
you got something to sit to eat.
Oh, okay. So you worked on the plant down here? Yeah.
And St Mary's.
Oh,
And
okay.
St Joseph's.
Oh, okay.
And Riverhead.
Oh, yes, fun. All around. All
Yeah,
around.
well, that was Madras Beach, 2 Portugal Cove. That was my area. See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what was the plant like in its heyday down here? A lot
One
of...
shift about 300, I guess.
Yes, ba.
2 shifts 600.
Yes, ba. Okay, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes, just about everyone has a story to tell. It was definitely the best of times. It was good while it lasted, but the closure of the plant has left its impact on this town.
And when the plant closed in 1992, it was heart-wrenching. It was heart-wrenching for me. My son lived next door, a new house he had built. And when he went away to Alberta to work, him, his wife, his 2 children, my other son and his wife and 1 child. And they all went the one day.
Go on.
And when I looked out through the window and saw them loading up the car over there, it was just too much. Yeah. And everybody, everybody had the same.
Yes.
Yeah, that was back in the early 90s. I was the mayor when the fish plant closed down. And we fought and fought to try to keep the plant, but that didn't happen. And that was closed in September 91. But then the next year, in July 92, they had the fishery was closed down altogether, so we were only a year before that, right? They had a moratorium on all the cat stocks.
So really the closing of the plant certainly had an effect on Trapassi. Did it have an effect on you personally too?
Yeah, it had a big effect on me personally because my husband worked there and I can really say he nearly died there because he died 11 weeks after he never got working. So he and my son and daughter worked there, and my oldest son was on the draggers. He was mate on the draggers, so yeah, it changed our lives for sure. Yes.
When the last trailer of the finished product pulled away from the loading bank and I walked into an empty cold storage, that's when the reality started setting in. And this was the bond, this was the death. For sure, the reality,
Do you remember as well the day that the announcement came that the plant was closing?
Definitely. John Crosby was our member, federal member at that time. It with this area. It was just such a shock.
Yeah.
Nobody believed. We knew it was coming because you know, there was tellings out every year. It was getting worse. The fishery getting worse, and we knew it was coming. So we never thought it would really happen.